Good morning and welcome to my new session on economics chit chat. In this session, I'm not going to show you the live action in terms of just talking, but I'm going to describe about the market stability and instability factors through my PPT. So please have a look into this PPT today and you will try to understand about what do you mean by market stability. Now, many people think that by investing in market, we will be able to get high returns because market is a very easy form of returns. You just invest in any shares and you will get some return. That's what people feel. And market has always been thought as a reason to gamble your money and make some investment out of it. But then there are a lot of factors that will actually try to look into the stability of the market. How does a market react? To what does a market react? What are the factors behind it? And how does the market becomes such an important factor for all of us to understand? Now, going forward on those lines, I would like to show through this PPT today what are the reasons that would cause a market movement altogether. Now, before we try to understand what are the factors here, let me try to introduce you to the different kinds of market that are available in India. So the different types of stock exchanges that are there in India are the Bombay Stock Exchange, the National Stock Exchange, and the Multi-Commodity Stock Exchange. So these are the stock exchanges that are available in India. The Bombay Stock Exchange is located in Mumbai, the National Stock Exchange is located in Delhi, and the MCX is also a part of this stock exchange. Now, the BSE and NSE will primarily try to concentrate upon equities and the index options. The Multi-Commodity Exchange is an exclusive exchange that is being created in order to deal with the different types of commodities that includes agricultural products as well as metal commodities. So now going forward, let us try to understand what are the factors that will talk about the reaction of market. So what makes the market react? Exactly, this is the question that runs in each one of our mind because market reaction is quite not understood by many of us. So the first one is the results factor. The market will always react to the result factor. Whenever companies' results are being published, there will be definitely some sort of reaction. So if it is a positive result, let's say that for example, if it is Infosys, Reliance, L&T, Nestle, Ultratech Cement, L&T, whichever companies that we are talking about, if they are coming up with a positive result, their balance sheet looks good and they have made some profit, definitely the market will show a positive reaction towards it. If they are making loss, then automatically that results will also impact on the market. Now, the second factor that we need to look upon, the news. What kind of news is being published in the market? Suppose there is a takeover. There is some change in the business. There is a new CEO who is getting appointed. There is a change in the board of management. Then automatically news will definitely have an impact on the market. So news will also create an impact in terms of the reaction towards market. Next, the factors called as emergencies. During the COVID-19, the emergency that has been caused in terms of lockdown, in terms of curfew, or in terms of putting a seal down in different areas has definitely related and made it into an emergency situation for almost all businesses across our country, across the globe. So the kind of emergencies that are being created in the market will definitely make it to react. So during these kind of troubling times, you will definitely have some reaction from the market. So market in whole will try to result from all these factors. The reactions will come from news, the reactions will come from results and from the emergencies that are happening at the present scenario. Now moving forward, everybody will ask me this question. So is there stability in the market? What is happening to the stability of our situation or of our country during this time? Is it a stable time to start uploading our systems? Is it a stable time to see that the market will react to all the scenarios? My answer to that is, if you start looking into my slides, you will see there is a lot of uncertainty ahead. Why? Because there is a decline in production, there is too much of liquidity, there is a lot of unemployment everywhere, and you will also see war-like scenarios. Now let me explain you each and everything. There's a decline in production. Why? Because of the pandemic thing. So automatically laborers are not coming. Most of the factories have shut down their operations. So that has led to a decline in production. So definitely the stability of the market will be questioned. Next factor. If you start seeing, the government of India has infused too much of liquidity into the system. Why did they infuse this? Because they wanted to provide capital to the various sectors of our country. When they started providing this liquidity into the market, now what has happened is that too much of liquidity is causing a saturation to many sectors. Not everybody is getting benefited, and not everywhere the demand and supply cycles are working. So that too much of infusion of capital is making the market diluted, and the stability will come into question. The next factor, unemployment. Due to the COVID-19, a lot of people have lost jobs, be it the migrant workers or be the regular salaried class employees. A lot of people have lost job, and it's a very unfortunate scenario that you see across our country. So unemployment will be another factor that will make the market to lose the stability in the long run. The third and the last one, if you see the war-like scenario, our relationship with China or any other country's relationship with China is making the world into a jittery mode altogether. Now, everywhere in the world, people are blaming the China and the Chinese people for their acts. So we do not know if tomorrow a war-like scenario can erupt. India is not going well with China, and there are a lot of border issues. Similarly, America is trying to raise their arms against China. So this might lead to a war-like scenario which can disrupt the stability of the market in the long run. So all these scenarios put together lead to the question mark, will it be a stable market going forward? The answer to this, where can I start investing? Where can I find stability in my life in terms of investment? So let us go forward and start seeking answer for this. What is in store for us? So where do we need to look in? We need to look in here. Start looking for small savings scheme. This is very, very important. Why? Because when you start looking for those small savings schemes, this will actually help you to start making smaller investments, because you might have a very little capital with you right now and you want to secure that capital. So put that small money into the small saving schemes which will give you a secured investment return. Healthcare and health insurance will definitely become a matter of importance with the current COVID scenario and people taking a very, very serious toll in terms of their lives and risk factor. Health insurance becomes very, very important for us. So people will invest and must invest in terms of the health insurance. So you need to save money and you need to put your money in valuable health insurance so that you will be able to protect your life for longer years ahead. Next, you need to look out for regular paying SIP. Now, this is a time for you where you can start putting in mutual funds which are of smaller values. Why? Because once the market starts rebounding, automatically the value or the NAV of this mutual funds will also start moving up. So this is the right time where you can start investing in smaller amounts into those mutual funds, and it can automatically start growing for the coming years ahead of us. Though there is instability, though there is a little bit of shakeup in the market, but when it comes to mutual fund, since it's a collective organization, it's a collective way of investing, the risk factor is very much reduced in mutual funds. So this would be the right time for you where you can start a systematic investment plan and start putting money in small quantities. So these are the three factors that we need to look in: small savings scheme, healthcare insurance, and not to forget the regular paying SIP. With this, I come to a conclusion of today's slide. and today's session. Thank you for joining me on this wonderful session on Economics Chit Chat today. Hope to meet you again tomorrow with some more topics. Until then, stay safe, stay educated, and stay blessed. Thank you once again for joining me today.